My phone buzzed at 4:45 p.m. on a Friday, that dangerous time. It was the group chat. Tacos and margaritas at 6? Who's in? Honestly, my thumb was hovering over the "I'm in" reply before I even finished reading the sentence. I could taste the salt on the rim of the glass. I felt this rush of excitement, followed immediately by a heavy, sinking feeling in my stomach. I knew my entertainment budget category was sitting at exactly $0.00. I wanted to go so bad, but I also knew that saying yes meant sliding back into the cycle I'm trying so hard to break. This is my real-time journey, not expert advice. Here is exactly what happened. It's actually painful how hard it is to say no to a simple dinner. I sat there staring at my phone screen for probably 5 solid minutes. The internal dialogue was loud. The old me, the one who racked up $37,800 in debt, started whispering immediately. "Just put it on the credit card. It's been a long week. You deserve a treat. It's just one night. You can pay it off later." That voice is so persuasive. I felt the FOMO creeping up my throat. I imagined everyone else laughing, eating tacos, and bonding, while I sat at home alone with, what, leftover pasta? The feeling wasn't just about the money. It was about the fear of being left out. I felt like the boring friend. I felt cheap. I felt like my debt was a cage keeping me from having a life. But then I looked at the sticky note on my monitor. 1% better. Just 1%. I didn't have to fix my whole life today, but I did have to make one decision that aligned with the person I'm trying to become. The person I'm trying to become doesn't put tacos on a credit card that already has a balance. I typed out the message 3 times. First, I made an excuse about being busy. Deleted it. Then I thought about saying I wasn't feeling well. Deleted it. Finally, I just typed the truth, well, a version of it. "Can't make it tonight, guys. Budget lockdown. Have a margarita for me." I hit send before I could change my mind. And honestly, it felt terrible. I put the phone face down on the table and just sat there in the silence. It didn't feel like a win yet. It felt like a loss. I felt isolated, but I knew deep down I had just protected something important, even if I couldn't quite see the results yet. So I picked my phone back up, but instead of reopening the group chat to see everyone planning the night, I opened my calculator app. I needed to see what that no was actually worth. I needed to turn this vague feeling of missing out into concrete data. If I'm being honest with myself, really honest, I wouldn't have just ordered a water and a side salad. I know my patterns. Stick figure me at a taco place is a danger to my wallet. It would have been 2 margaritas, that's $24 right there. Then the tacos, probably $18, plus tax and a tip because I used to work service and I guilt tip heavy. That night was easily going to cost me $50, maybe $60 if I ended up getting an Uber. Let's call it a solid $50. I looked at my whiteboard. I grabbed the red marker first. Usually, a Friday night means drawing a big red arrow pointing down, money leaving my life, money I didn't really have added to the credit card balance. But tonight, I capped the red marker. I picked up the green one. I realized by saying no, I hadn't just saved $50, I'd earned it. But here is the trap I usually fall into. When I save money by not going out, that money usually just sits in my checking account and slowly dissolves. It gets eaten by a random coffee on Tuesday or absorbed into a slightly more expensive grocery run. It becomes ghost money. It's there and then it's gone, and I have nothing to show for the sacrifice. Not this time. I wanted to feel the win. I logged into my bank account. I navigated to the transfer tab. My hands weren't shaking anymore. I typed in $50. Source, checking. Destination, emergency fund. I stared at the confirm button for a second. This is the part of the journey that no one really talks about, the mechanics of it. It's boring. It's just clicking a button on a screen. But when I clicked submit and saw the green confirmation banner, something shifted in my chest. My emergency fund, which I just started recently with that first $100, jumped to $150. I know. $150 isn't going to retire me. It's barely a drop in the bucket compared to the $37,800 debt mountain I'm staring up at. But that's a 50% increase in my safety net in one single second. I drew it out on the whiteboard. I drew a little stick figure of me, not holding a margarita, but holding a shield. That's what that $50 is. It's a tiny piece of armor. If my car tire blows out next week, that $50 is there. If I need a prescription, that $50 is there. If I had gone to dinner, that $50 would be gone forever, digested and forgotten by tomorrow morning. The math is undeniable. The tacos would have lasted 20 minutes. The financial hangover of putting it on the credit card would have lasted a month or longer with interest. But this transfer, this $50 sitting in my high-yield savings account, that's permanent. That's mine. I own that stability now. I went to the kitchen and made that leftover pasta. And weirdly, it tasted better than usual. I wasn't sitting there eating sad, broke person food. I was eating a victory dinner. I checked the group chat again later. They were sending photos of the food. It looked good, yeah. But then I checked my banking app again. Balance, $150. That looked better. I realized that spending isn't the only way to get a dopamine hit. Seeing that savings balance tick up, even by a small amount, gave me a rush that was actually cleaner and longer lasting than the buzz from a night out. I traded 3 hours of fun for a permanent brick in the foundation of my new life. This whole experience forced me to rethink what a win actually feels like. For the longest time, I thought a win was being the person who could say yes to everything. I thought freedom meant having the ability to swipe my card whenever I wanted. But tonight, sitting on my couch with my savings account balance open on my screen, I realized I had it backwards. Real freedom isn't buying whatever you want, it's not needing to buy things to feel good. James Clear talks about this in Atomic Habits, the idea that every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. By saying no to dinner, I didn't just cast a vote for saving money, I cast a vote for a new identity. I cast a vote for the version of me that is debt-free. I cast a vote for the version of me who sleeps soundly at night because he has an emergency fund, not credit card anxiety. The 1% lesson here isn't that I can never go out to dinner again. That's not sustainable, and frankly, that's a miserable way to live. The lesson is that I have the power to choose. I broke the autopilot. Usually the trigger is invitation and the automatic response is yes plus spend. Today, I inserted a pause. I looked at the data. I made a conscious choice. My system adjustment for next time is I'm going to be proactive. Instead of waiting for the expensive invite and feeling guilty about saying no, I'm going to suggest a budget-friendly hangout first. Hey guys, tight month, but want to come over for a game night? That way, I keep the community, but I protect the wallet. But for tonight, the hard no was the 1% step I needed to prove to myself that I'm in control. I traded tacos for peace of mind, and for the first time in years, I think I got the better deal. My 1% mission for tomorrow is just to move $5 from checking to savings. Maybe it's the cost of a coffee you skipped, or just loose change. That's it, just $5. What is your 1% step to protect your peace? Will you move $1 today? Let's share our small wins in the comments below. I am not a financial expert or advisor. This content is for documenting my personal journey and for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research before making any financial decisions.